Thanks for stopping by at Twisted Art Designs. The last video I showed a little journal that I made from a little 4x6 photo album cover, and I did show an idea that I had for using pages from this coloring book. This is Flower Fashion Fantasies Creative Haven. I love this coloring book. I've used it in a lot of fun videos. And so I've added some girls to my pages from the coloring book. And now I just wanted to show you a quick video of how I go about coloring my my girls. And it is a little bit different, I think, than how other people do it. So I'm just going to give you a quick tutorial on how to color a coloring book page that you've added to your journal. The first one I'm going to work on is this one. I like to just take some clips and clip my pages so that they kind of stay out of my way. Otherwise, your book will be flopping around and driving you crazy. So you just use some clips and clip it open, and I'm going to work on this image. So the first thing that I like to do, this is my process, the first thing I'm going to do, the first layer, is to use alcohol markers. Not anything specific or anything different than what most people do that like to color. When you watch coloring videos, most people use alcohol markers, but that's just my first layer. And there's no right or wrong, so I'm just showing you my idea because maybe you'll like trying this technique yourself. So I take my alcohol markers and, of course, always put something behind the page in case your alcohol markers always tend to bleed through. So put your plastic piece behind. And then I use my alcohol markers to just color the image. And I'm not going to show you that whole process here, but just showing you. I come in and do a layer of alcohol markers, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like and then tell you the next step. So here's what it looks like with a base layer of alcohol marker. So I didn't do any shading. I didn't do very specific things other than to just put a base layer of skin tone, base layer of hair, her lips, filled in the little vines in green, filled in the blue for the background behind the flowers, and filled in the flowers in yellow. So the very basic, no shading. Now here's where the magic comes. So this is my favorite magical thing. It's very cool. So the next step is where I use my magic secret weapon, and that is clear gesso. Not regular white gesso, not smooth white gesso. It has to be clear gesso. I'll have a link in the description box if you don't have that and you need to purchase some clear gesso. Get some because it's awesome. So what I'm going to do is put some clear gesso over this entire image, and it will seal in that first layer of alcohol markers. It's going to seal it in. It won't move it. It won't bleed. So just cover the whole thing in a layer of clear gesso. And then you're going to want to let this completely dry. You can use a heat tool to dry it, but I don't recommend it. I like to let nature just let it dry naturally. If you use a heat tool, sometimes gesso can it can change the composition of it, and it just isn't as good. So put your layer of clear gesso and then let that dry. Now this is dry and it's ready to go on to the next step. And the next step, I like to use Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2 crayons and a water brush. The first one I use is Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2 in number 042. And the name of it is Flesh. I didn't name it, so please don't call me out on it. And I just pick up some with my water brush, and then I come in here and I start adding some layer of color. So what this does, why would you do that? Well, alcohol markers, you can blend with them and they're fun to use, but Neocolors just look so much better, and you get such nicer blends and tones and things. So that's what I like to use, and that's why I didn't do any blending with my alcohol markers. I just like that base, and then I can come in here and add to it. So for shading on the face, This color is a little bit light. I like to use also number 51. This is salmon. So I just like to come back in and add my highlights and tones and add some little bit of a darker color to her hair. Some pink on her cheeks. A brighter yellow to the flowers. And then I can come in with some orange. And add that to the flowers. So look at how vibrant that makes them, and it makes them really just pop and look more realistic. So another great reason why you use the clear gesso over your coloring book page is most coloring books, the paper is not very thick. That particular brand, that Creative Haven, I think they're a little bit nicer quality of paper, but even so, if you want to use Neocolors and a water brush or watercolor paints or anything that's a wet medium, your paper is going to wrinkle, and you're even going to break through the paper at some point if you're putting on layers of color like I'm doing here, because it's just not meant for that. It's not mixed media paper, it's not watercolor paper, and it's not meant to be used in that way. But if you put clear gesso, your page doesn't even wrinkle. So you know how if you use water on a piece of copier paper or a coloring book page, how the page tends to curl and wrinkle. And if you put clear gesso over it first, let it dry, and then do your coloring in your wet mediums, it doesn't even wrinkle in it. It works just like mixed media paper. It almost turns it into a mixed media paper, so you can do different techniques on it. So that's why I like to use clear gesso as my secret weapon. So the next thing that you can use on top of this is, besides the Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2, is you can come back in and use colored pencil. I like to do colored pencil on clear gesso. It is a little toothy, so it does have some roughness to it, but it's still, if you come in with colored pencil and add some shading and dimension with colored pencil, you won't mind that it's a little rough. So I like to do that. I like to use those. I also like to use fine point fine liners. These are Stabilo, to come back in, like on her hair. I did some line work to add some line work to her hair. I'm going to use a gel pen in white to add the highlights. Let's do that to her eyes and her lips, to just pop in a little highlight on her lip and then color in the white. I mean, you can just barely touch it to add that white. The little white glints, see how that really brings it to life. You can, I also like to take white and right on the tip of her nose, do a little white circle in your gel pen, and then just tap it a little with your finger, and then it makes that nose stand out. You can do that on her chin too. If you want her chin to stand out, you can put a little white. It's just really cute. So just keep layering it and adding things with different things, coloring medium. You can also use paint pens, so adding some Uniposca in the fine tip. I can go back in here and add a little detail to some of those vines, like that, and just play around with it. But now that you've got that layer of clear gesso, it just gives you a really nice foundation for adding your little details in. Another fun medium to use is Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pens. These are the fine tip ones, and I'm coming back in here on these little petals on her ivy that's going down her arm and just adding those leaves back in green in a Faber-Castell. Look how pretty that looks. So the last thing I did, I had some little tiny flowers. These were Jolie's, which sometimes you can still find them in craft stores online. And I added some to the little flower on her head and a few randomly on her body just to give some little touches of dimension. I think I'm going to put some color behind her too, but that's how she looks. So this is how it turned out. I put a little bit of purple color of Neocolor behind her because this pattern paper over here has got a purple to it. And then I put this little saying in here. That's the little drops of water saying. Tore it out, used some Distress ink and Tim Holtz that would kind of match and tie it in, and added a few of those little flowers over here. So here's my first saying in the book, and I really enjoyed using a image from that coloring book and coloring her and adding her to the page. I did take a black Tombow monoliner pen. These are my favorite, and I outlined her so she'd stand out a little bit more, so I outlined her in black. So I hope you give this a try, putting a coloring book image into your junk journal or art journal, or using a coloring book as a coloring book image as a page in your journal is really a fun thing to do. And now on the back side where it seeped through, I can add a piece of paper back here, collage it, and cover up where the alcohol markers bled through. As a last touch, I glued some lace along the edge of the page. So that looks really cute. I like it, and it turned out really nice. It was fun, something different. There will be a link in the description box where you can find the coloring book that I used and the products that I mentioned for this page. And I am an affiliate, so if you click the links, then I get a little bit of a bonus for that. And I appreciate every purchase used from my links. Helps keep the lights on. I hope you give this a try and go make some art today, because art soothes the heart. Thanks for stopping by.